Hey guys, Lizard Lee here for Christmas. What's that? It doesn't say Christmas ornaments. Oh my god! I'm finally doing Magnificent Wizard! And my hair apparently really likes Magnificent Wizard. You totally just threw off my groove. It's taken me long enough to finally get around to doing this, right? Oh man. So many Christmas ornaments. This is gonna be a while. This is gonna be some work. So it's going to come out to be 12 inches by 14 inches. So a foot by a foot and 2 inches. So it's actually not going to be huge, but it's going to be big. I just whacked myself in the glasses. Whatever groove I had going on when I first started, I lost it pretty quickly. Yeah, I've been wanting to do this one for a while now. I absolutely love it. How gorgeous is it? Only thing I'm worried about is on black fabric. I need to move my laptop because it's like right here instead of instead of over here. There we go. Right. I'm gonna open it. I don't think I've ever opened one that opens sideways before. This is weird. Not bad weird, but weird. I mean, it's actually probably a better idea because when you hang it like this, if it ever comes open, everything doesn't fall out. Ooh, and they're already pre-sorted. I'm actually kind of sad about that. I like doing the sorting. Wow, there's only one thing in metallic? Wow. Huh, thought there was more. There is more. Why aren't these sorted? Really? Oh. Okay, well there's some more metallic, some more white, and some more gorgeous dark blue. What does it? 17981. Are these like Anchor? Because I don't recognize these numbers for DMC, that's for sure. Okay. Oh man. Cardboard. Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. There is no way this is the pattern. This is no. Oh, thank God. Okay. So there's the dragon's head, alright? For a little bit, I thought this was the completed pattern, and I was like, hell no, that is way too small. Oh my god, you wouldn't even be able to mark it. Like, God, okay. That's much better. That's much better. Phew. Oh, man. And there's the rest. Points. Couching. Cording I've done before. Where's the cording? I like cording. Is it on the dragon? What? Someone's written on here. 3 stitches. It's not my handwriting. It actually kind of looks like my sister's handwriting. 3 stitches. What? What does that mean? What does that mean? 3 stitches? I'm so confused right now. I don't know what's going on. This one actually says, starting, prevent your fabric from fraying by overcasting the edges with your own sewing thread. So maybe I'll go ahead and do that. Instead of using tape, and then everyone can start doing that instead of asking me what tape I use, because I never remember what tape I have. And this would be Spanish. Actually, I think that's Italian. Oh, no. We've got Spanish, Italian, German, French, and I'm not sure what that one is. It looks like German, but I know it's not the German one because that's the German one. So I don't know. But it's not English, so there's only so much I can do with it. My nose is all runny today. It's cold. Oh, that's right. I wanted to see what the cording was. Where's the cording? It doesn't say. Okay, well. Oh my gosh. So much. There's so much. Yeah, I'm gonna go with like 30 days on this one. This is gonna be big. There we go. And the needle is like wrapped right there. Yeah, right there. It looks like someone once had a hoop on this. Did someone start it already? Oh my god, someone did. Maybe this was my sister's before. The fuck? Three stitches, you guys. 3 stitches. That's how many are there. Just 3. I'm still gonna do it. I'm gonna take those out because I don't like the way they look at all. But okay. Where's the cording? Okay, so I see some on his hat, his robes. I don't see any on the dragon though. Okay, well, I'm going to probably, okay, not probably, I'm going to take these out. So yeah, today's a pajama day for me. I'm so tired lately. Working late is not fun for me. I would just like to point out, I finally connected the dots. So the 3 stitches that were done is in this color. That's why that's there. So yeah, not a complete idiot, but I did have a moment there. Okay, so Christmas Ornaments Day 16 should have been published yesterday. It's extremely low resolution because I wanted to make sure I got it out there. I'm planning on resaving it with a higher resolution. What ended up happening was while I was sleeping, 2 of the files got corrupted. But lo and behold, when I opened them up, they played just fine, and then I was able to resave it, and I wanted to do it really quickly because I wanted to start stitching. So I chose, a lower quality, but I'm gonna do my best to, save a higher quality one so that I can post that one, and it won't be it won't like replace my daily thing. It'll just replace that day's one because I'm so disappointed that happened. I'm so tired of that happening. I don't know why it keeps doing that because I mean, I let it save while I'm sleeping. Literally nothing is happening on my laptop except for Windows Movie Maker saving the video, So I just, But yeah, I'm planning on, actually, I'll probably finish this one up so it'll be all ready. I'll open up Christmas Ornaments Day 16 and save it while I'm sleeping. And then I'll stitch whatever I stitch tomorrow and I'll And as soon as, I wake up, I'll start uploading Christmas Ornaments Day 16 to YouTube. Tessa, come here. And I'll stitch, whether it's Magnificent Wizard Day 2 or Small Projects Day 2, I don't know. And then while I'm at work, I'll save Magnificent Wizard Day 1, and then I'll get it uploaded. So, and oh my gosh, it's so annoying when it does that. I don't know why it does that. I really wish I had 2 laptops, because then I could record and also save a video. But I only have one, and I can only have Windows Movie Maker open in one window. Hi, baby. Is it time for me to go to the questions? Is that what you're saying? Yeah? Okay, so question 16. What do you bring most to a friendship? Back in high school, like, all of my friends, even people that, like, I barely knew, they called me the reliable one. So, like, I was the one you could go to for help with homework. I was the one you could go to figure out what date something happened on. I was the one you could tell a secret to, and I wouldn't tell anybody. You could trust me to, keep that. And yeah, so I'm reliable. I feel absolutely horrible if I tell someone I'm going to do something and then I don't, or, I forget. So I do my best to, if I tell someone I'm going to do something, I do my best to do so. And if I can't, I tell them why. So yeah. That's how I am. 17. If 100 people in your age group were selected randomly, how many do you think they'd find leading a happier life than you? Ooh. I mean, that's kind of hard to like say, because it's hard to quantify how happy someone is. Like, personally, I'm incredibly happy with my life. I love being able to cross stitch every day. I love working at Michael's. I love having Tessa at home with me. I love doing all this. So I am incredibly happy. But other people would be miserable, living my life. So I guess, like, as far as I go with being happy, not very many people would be happier than me. I'd go with, like, maybe, like, 30% of the 100 people. So, like, maybe 30 people would be happier than me. Because most people I know, they're not happy with their life. They're not miserable and depressed, but they're not happy with it, like, there's a ton of things they wish they could improve on. For me, I just wish I could do this for a living rather than have a job. Like, if I could stitch a big project every day rather than having to do little projects because I have to work. But yeah, I mean, I don't just portray being happy. I really am happy. I don't think being unhappy gets you anywhere in life. It puts you in a hole, and it's really hard to dig yourself out of, or, well, crawl yourself out of. You can't dig yourself out of a hole. You're just going to make the hole deeper. Oh, that reminds me of that riddle. It's, like, what is it? It's something like, oh, I'm horrible at riddles, so I don't remember what it is. I'm sure someone knows what I'm saying, what I'm talking about. So, and then, there's that saying, once you're in a hole, stop digging. Okay, anyways, 18. What is or was your best subject in school? In high school, it was English, until my junior year. And the thing is, I was amazing in that class, and I actually helped a lot of other students in that class, but the teacher didn't like me. But actually, I later learned that the kid she gives the harshest grades to is the one she thinks can do the best. And I was like, no, excuse me. I am not going to be getting C's and B's in an AP class because this bitch thinks I can do better. Like, I'm already writing, 3 pages worth of work more than a student that's getting an A, and mine has way more details. Mine goes, it has more descriptions. Like, that's bullshit. I worked way harder than anybody else in that class, and apparently I was supposed to work even harder than that, and it was so stupid. But otherwise, English. I was always good at English. I mean, up until college, I was a straight A student, so, technically all subjects were my best subjects. I was good in all of them. And then in college, the math classes. I actually took calculus in high school, and I got a 3 on the AP exam, so I got 4 college credits for it. And when I looked at the accounting degree sheet, it said I needed it was 2 math credits, so it came out to 6 credits. And one was math 120 or higher, and the other one was math 180 or higher. And my calculus class counted as 181, so it filled both of those. But I was supposed to have 6 credits, and I only had 4. And I tried to talk to my advisor about it, and he was extremely rude, and he did not take me seriously. He was like, "Oh no, it fills both of them. Don't worry about it." Like, he wouldn't even turn on his computer to look up what I was talking about. So I ended up taking Math 121 over the summer. It was a Algebra 1, I think. And I had the highest exam grades every single time, all 3 exams in the final. I got hundreds on 2 of them and like a 98 on another one. And I was actually really pissed about the 98 because I had the final correct answer. But he was like, you skipped 2 steps. And I was like, yeah, because I could do them in my head. Oh, we're not supposed to do that. Well, but I could. Like, like it really annoys me. I mean, and he knew that, I knew what I was doing because all my other problems were correct. So it was really annoying. So yeah, math. I mean, I was always good at math, even in high school. So maybe math is my best subject. I don't know. I always had A's in math versus my junior year with English wasn't good. So maybe math always. I don't know. Oh my god. Clearly that's something I need to do the day before because it's freaking 1 p.m. This took me like over an hour. This is insane. It actually took me like an hour and 12 minutes. So, yeah. My laptop ended up restarting, so you missed the first, area of those stitches, unfortunately. Everything's going wrong with my laptop today. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, yeah. I mean, even in elementary school, I was really good at math. It was my first grade class, I want to say. I'm pretty sure it was first grade. It was leapfrog. What happened was across an entire wall in the classroom, it had the numbers like 1 to 20 or something. And each day, or maybe each week, or maybe like twice a week, I don't know. But every once in a while, we would be given pretty much like a quiz where, you'd have like 2 plus 1, and then you'd have to give the answer, you'd have to write it down. And obviously it got harder, they started doing subtraction and then addition and subtraction. And, so it got harder, and then they started adding more. I think the first several times, like the first several quizzes or whatever, you were given like 2 minutes, or maybe it was like 30 seconds. I just remember I was way ahead of everyone else to the point that I had double the time everyone else did. And I had like double the number of problems. And I was the first person to reach it to the end. I don't remember if I just continued with that one or if I just sat around while everyone else was quizzed. I don't remember that, but I do remember by the end, only 3 of us had made it the whole way. And, I was the first one to get there, so that was really exciting. And then in 4th grade, when we started doing multiplication and division, I was one of the fastest ones. We did this thing where we were split up into 2 groups, and the teacher was in the front of the classroom. 2 kids from each of the groups would have to step up, and she would flip a paper over and, say like 3 times 12 or, or whatever. And the first person to say, to shout out the correct answer, their team gets a point. And I think there was only like 1 time that I didn't win. Like, I was always lightning fast with it. I love math, so, it worked for me. And then, in high school it was like, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. 19. What activity do you do that makes you feel most like yourself? Well, I love cross-stitching, and then I am a bit OCD. I love when things are in their proper place. And with cross-stitching, if you move a stitch out of the way, it suddenly can ruin the entire piece, because it's like, hey, wait a minute. How come this blue dragon scale is on the white orb the wizard is holding? Like, that looks so out of place. What's wrong? So, I also love the counting part because I love numbers, so that's always really nice. I like that it's uniform, but I also like that, it has a ton of different colors, and the design blossoms. So I love it. It always makes me feel good. So 20. What makes you feel supported? Uh, well, like in what way? 'Cause like feel supported. I guess with my friends, just having them around, being able to contact them and talk to them. I don't really know what this question is going for with supported. I don't know. 21. Whom do you secretly admire? Secretly? I can't think of anyone that I secretly admire. If I admire someone, I don't feel the need to keep it a secret because, I think that's a huge compliment to tell someone you admire them. So I wouldn't keep that a secret. No one? I don't secretly admire people. Like, I also don't have guilty pleasures. I still listen to NSYNC all the time. I freaking love that band. I don't care that, the 90s band, the 90s boy band, they're lame. No, I don't think so. I liked their music, so whatever. Like, I like anime and manga. I lived in Japan for 4 years. Some people think that's dorky and weird and, something to be ashamed of, and I don't think so. I think it's awesome. 22. What time of the day do you feel the most energetic, and what do you usually do in those moments? Uh, Probably around like 8 a.m. because, I've woken up. I've gotten the sleepy crusties out of my eyes, and the sun is up. Usually that's most important because when the sun's not up yet, my eyes are like the artificial lights are really harsh. So yeah, 8 a.m. ish. And then what do I usually do? I start getting ready for the day. Or, well, no, I've already done that. So I'm like ready to walk out the door if I'm going somewhere. I'm ready to, start stitching if that's what I'm going to do. Sometimes that's when I eat breakfast. Usually it's before, but you never know. Some days. 23. What's something you never leave home without? I was about to say my purse, but that's not true. If I'm going to just check the mail, I take my keys. And if I take my purse, I always have my keys with me, so I'm going to have to go with my keys. And that includes I don't take my phone if I'm going to check the mail. Like, I know other people can't leave the house without their phone. I do all the time. Like, whatever. 24. What's a reoccurring dream you have? Ooh, a reoccurring one. Actually, it says recurring. Recurring. Wow. I mean, I have a lot of dreams that continue, like, I'll be on a journey and I'll get to destination A, and then the next day I go to sleep and I'm moving from destination A to destination B. So it's not recurring, it's continuing. But a dream that I've had several times where, like the events are pretty much the same is actually a dream I had back when I first read the 10th Pendragon book. And it was just like, he went to another place, another place in Hala through Flume, and the girl kind of looked like me, but it wasn't completely me. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I could see out of her eyes, and so, like I was playing the part of her. Like, her name wasn't Elizabeth or anything like that, but like I had angel wings, and the territory I was on was just like we had to fly around in races, and if someone lost, they got whipped, and like that was gonna be what caused the territory to crumble and all that. And like I would be in this territory for a while. Like, it was my home territory. I had wings and everything, and I would fly around, and then constantly I would get to the end, and I would just stop. And I would wait or no, actually I think I would finish and then I would go back, and anybody that like got hurt or something, I would fly them back to finish it. Because I didn't want to be whipped myself, but I didn't want other people to, because like, I don't remember if it was people got whipped based on the place they finished or on the time that they finished, but I always wanted to make sure people finished. And then at one point, like a really, really little kid, I don't remember if it was a boy or a girl, but it was a little kid, got last place, and I took his place, and I got whipped, and like, I felt that pain in my dream. It was horrible. And then eventually Bobby Pendragon showed up and helped everybody out. I don't like it was so weird now that I look back, but like, I loved that series for like, you know, years. 7th grade until like I think it was my junior year that that book came out. So like almost like half a decade. So like it was just, you know, it was a big part of my life. And so, you know, as I was getting closer to the end, I was like, you know, what are these later territories going to be like? And the one thing that really bothered me was out of all these territories, everyone was humanoid, except for one place where everyone was a big cat. And I was always just like, you know, I wish there had been other territories where, you know, yeah, maybe they're humanoid, but they couldn't walk around on Earth and be like, oh, hey, you know, I totally fit in. Because, you know, Kasha looks like a friggin' tiger. She is a tiger, or not a tiger. She looks like a jaguar. You know, she wouldn't be able to do that. And then, you know, this territory, the people would have wings. So, you know, maybe you could get by and have people think they're fake, but you wouldn't be able to fly because then people would be like, what the hell? So, you know, like, that was one thing that I was always just like, man, I wish he had explored that more. Like, I wish there had been more places where the people weren't, you know, clearly people. So, you know, maybe that's one of the ways it found its way into my dreams like that. I don't know. I'm weird, and I always manage to like grow wings and fly away in dreams if something bad is going on. So having them the entire time was great. 25. What makes you feel safe? An alarm system, a lock, police officers. I know some are corrupt, but overall, every cop I personally have met has been really nice. So, I mean, I have a few friends that are cops, so you know, like I'm more likely to trust them, and I feel safer around them than, you know, I would like a gangster. Because, yeah, I'm a small white girl. I'd rather not get in a tussle with a gangster. I don't want them to kill me. 26. What's the best thing that ever happened to you? Probably being born. I mean, like, because, you know, like, if I had been born, you know, just, I don't know, when was the first C-section done? Now I have to look that up because I want to know. When was the first C-section? Or should I type cesarean section? I'd probably spell it wrong. Oh, 1500. Really? I didn't know they were that old. Huh. I really didn't know that. Huh. Really? Wow. Okay. I was thinking like 1800s. Wow, that's crazy. I seriously did not know that. Did you guys know that? I didn't know they were that old. That's wow. Huh. So 15. Really? Okay, now it's not popping up. I want to see like an actual, I want a date. A brief history, part 1. So it looks like 1500s in Switzerland? Because I really was not expecting that. I didn't know that. Perhaps the first written record we have of a mother and baby surviving a cesarean section comes from Switzerland in 1500, when a Gelder, Jacob Nuffer, performed the operation on his wife. Wow, okay. So I guess even if I had been born way earlier than I was, I could have survived. Well, I don't know if it was the C-section, because I could have been born normally if my umbilical cord wasn't wrapped around my neck 4 times. So, I mean, you know, whatever works. Other than that, getting an albuterol for my asthma, that was a great thing that happened to me, because without it, I probably would have died many times over. Getting Tessa was definitely one of the best things that's ever happened to me. Like, she's spectacular. I do not look forward to the day that she's too old. I really, really don't.
So yeah, moving to Japan for high school was absolutely amazing, and being born into a military family was amazing because I've been able to see the world, and I'm not like stuck in one culture or society. I'm not single-minded in the way that some people are. I've met plenty of people that have grown up and lived in a small town for like the first 20 years of their life, and they plan on spending the rest of their lives there, and they're totally amazing people. But I've also met some people who grew up in one place their whole life, and they hate anybody else. So there's always the chance that had I been born into a life where I didn't move around at all, that I wouldn't be who I am. So I'm very thankful for that. 27. What do you want people to say about you once you're gone? I want people to say that I was a good person, that they miss me, that they I made their lives happier. But they will continue to live happy without me because it would be horrible for them not to. um, I want them to say that I was passionate about cross stitching and I love math. And that I wasn't like fake or mean or anything like that. I want them to say good things about me. So long as they're true, because if they're not true, then just don't say anything. 28. What's the coolest thing about science? Personally, I've said it before, I love space, so astronomy is just the coolest freaking thing ever. I mean, the fact that we can see stars that are, billions of years old, and stars that have actually burnt out, and we're just seeing them die, and it's taking, millennia. It's spectacular, and it's so cool, because it just, like, I mean, I know I'm not smart enough. There's no way I could have figured this kind of stuff out on my own. So I think it's super cool that there are other people who figure this stuff out. Especially since a lot of them, are older than my great great grandparents. Like, it's amazing how smart some people are, and I love it. 29. What's the best money you ever spent? Ooh. Probably the money I've spent for Tessa's medicine. That's worth it, definitely. That's gonna be the end of day one of Magnificent Wizard. I didn't get much done at all, unfortunately. That's it right there. So, yeah. Because I know people are gonna be asking me, the blue had 3 strands. Both of the blues had 3 strands. The red and purple had 2, and the orange had 4. And I have to say, I hate working with 4 strands. I didn't even like working with 3 strands, but it's been absolutely horrible working with that orange. I know it's gonna look cool when I'm done, but right now I really don't like it. It just, yeah, right? It's horrible. So yeah, it took me an hour to do all the stitching around the edges, which you can't see because it's too dark anyways, and I did black on black. But I stitched it all up, so hopefully, it won't come apart at all. Tail in my face. Butt in my face. Butt in my face. I got a Tessa butt in my face. You did that on purpose! You punk. Yeah, you did. I know you did. I'm watching you. You bad kid. Oh, you're so bad. So I have work tomorrow. I only got 2 hours of stitching done today, so I might as well continue stitching it tomorrow. Like, it was so hard to stitch after the sun went down, because black fabric is the worst. Yeah. Your tail is gray, Tess, so it doesn't work. Stop that. So, and then I don't think I start working until like 5:30, so, and the sun goes down at like 4:30. Yeah. I'm starting to think it's going to take much more than 30 days now, because there's just so much. And there are times when you mix the threads together, which I like the effect, don't get me wrong. I just, it's something that's going to take a lot of time. And I will say I did miss out on a lot of stitching time because I took each of the threads out and I hole punched both of these so that I could put the threads in. This is the orange I'm working on now. I absolutely hate the sticky stuff that they use because every single thread, like the last inch or so, has this shit on it, and you can't get that off without shredding the thread. So I've been doing my best to keep that as the, the thread that... Actually, so far on a lot of them, I started with a knot in the front, and then, I moved it. So that's where the nasty part is, so it gets covered up. So it'd be too hard if it was the thread that was like left over and with an end that I was constantly pulling through, because it would keep getting stuck on everything because it's sticky. And it's just, no thank you. Tess, what are you doing? You dork. Yeah, so this is going to be a short video. I only got like 3-ish hours of footage and then whatever talking I did, so sorry. Yeah, I just... I'm not a fan of using 4 strands. Like, even if this is on 14 count, I guarantee you I still wouldn't like it, because it's just... 2 strands, man. 2 strands is perfect. 3 is excessive, and then 4 is just way too much. Ay. You gonna help me sign off, Tess? Because you're finally awake. And you're within arm's distance. Oh, I got you! Oh, is it because we're not in the middle? You want to be in the middle of the frame? Right there, huh? You good? I love you, Tess. No, I love you. I love you so much. You're my little baby girl. I love you. Oh, yes. I look at you. Okay, so subscribe, share, like, comment, all that jazz. Do it with me, Tess. All that jazz. And Tessa and I will see you in the next video.